Morning. Here is our prep before market opens for the week, for the next couple of weeks, 2 months, to half of a year. We have EPD, we have URI, we have TTD, we have BKNG, we have ED. SPY is going to be back in rotation again. I actually don't really focus on SPY unless it's same day expiry like today. So I want to actually jump into URI because it's been lagging. The reason I chose URI, and we actually try to trade weeklies on this name. Why? Because it's been lagging and it's known to have some powerful, crazy moves on the week sometimes. And it's been in a range. Monthly is pretty strong. It's closing above a key level here, which is 171.64. That was actually a previous breakout level, but it couldn't even hold that on 3 months. We got rejected, and then it came right back down and broke down, and that's when we got our lows for 2020 for this year. And then we rallied back up near all-time highs. All-time highs is currently trading at, let's make sure, yep, there we go. We have an all-time high of 190.74. So what I would do is I buy that 190 as a strike. I mean, when it was trading under 180, that was the best thing to do, is buy time with it. I went with the 192s because I feel like how everything is going currently, we are due for a move this week. And I'm going to show you guys why. And that close above 180 this week was last week was what we needed. And I've been using a lot the 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and 4 day charts. I use them as an intraday chart. They are not intraday charts, but I use them as a daily intraday chart. So I can basically predict ranges within every 2 days or every 3 days or every 4 days. I'm going to do a different video on that sometime this week. Well, actually, I'll do it next Sunday. I'm actually going to do 2 different videos for next Sunday. But I'm going to break that down to how I do that. It's another strategy I'm adding to my arsenal. And it's going to honestly benefit you guys. That's another reason how I got BKNG and caught it at the right time too. And now I feel like we have that for URI. And the reason I chose URI, like I said, it's lagging. This is a weekly chart. I have this line here. This line is basically wait. This is for this week. This will be for this week, yeah. So this line is basically this week. This is where I would see URI at, targeting 193.73. I can definitely see that doing more than that actually. It's gonna gap up. And how I feel in regards to gaps, wicks we can use the wicks as well. So if we do gap up on the weekly, I mean the gap definitely can fill, but we have this wick here. What is it, 810? If you look at the weekly chart, we're still inside this wick. So if we gapped above, let's say 186.78, then that would be something we would have to basically short. So going into today, you can actually lock in profit. I probably cut my position by like 80% and just wait for a pullback and actually not even roll, get into the 190s, come down 2 strikes closer to the money, makes it safe. We don't want to set ourselves up for failure. So I'm actually going to go straight to the 2 day. I love the 2 day chart. And you guys know that I love the 2 day and I love the 3 day chart. Those are my favorite charts. Very powerful. And I'm going to show you why. Got a nice flag building here. And the key level last week was 179.61. We rejected that level so many times, and that's exactly why we were wrong trading weeklies. We have not traded a call on URI in I don't even know how long. It's been a couple of months, honestly. We haven't actually traded URI since earlier this year. URI has been a favorite. I used to see United Rentals when I drive. I actually passed United Rental twice this weekend. Another sign. All levels. We have a channel. We have a rising trending channel. My coefficients, and within that channel, we got a rejection. So we got we're looking anything above, like I said, that 190, which is the high here was for this week was, what is it? Actually, it's 186.78, but the all-time high is around 190. So this week we're looking for all-time highs. And once we get above all-time highs, we get a continuation. And the reason I say this, why URI has been lagging, nice bull flag here, as you can see. Pretty clean bull flag. I'm going to use a rectangle as our channel. We'll just draw it like this. I'm going to change color just so you can see it. It's going to make it orange. There we go. So last week we closed out a key level above 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks of closings. A continuation above 182 going into this week. This is a 2-day. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you something. And I want to address this now. I probably won't even have to make that video for Sunday. So you're going to count every 2-day candle. So last Friday's candle was the 2nd day candle of that week. So it consists of the 26th to the 28th. Prior to that, you just keep going back. You just count 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. So this candle here, you have this candle here. Each candle represents a range. I told you guys about that in regards to weeklies. I like to look at the weekly range. You can predict a lot from that. So going there, I just got these marked. Last week's this 2-day candle here was 3.9 range. Prior to that was a 6-point range. Prior to that was a 5.4 range, and that was basically spinning top. Then we went outside. We went actually outside up, which I like these, and then we have the continuation Friday. This range was 4 points. We had this range 4 point. We're gonna round it 4.5. So that 4.5 is close to that 3.9. We have this range here. We have 4.84, 5.74. This one was a 12-point range, and I got a rejection, inverted hammer at the top of the trend, but it still managed to stay inside that trend. So the average, I like to look at the average range here. So you can either do the average range of each candle. You can plug it into I think it's what is it? A median. You'll find the average range of all of these candles, and then that's going to be your every 2-day candle range minimum. So me off the top, the smallest range here would be, we got 4.406. 406 is the smallest range from all these candles, right? Well, actually 3.9. Last week's 2-day candle, closing candle was 3.9. So average range here would be 4.5. So we can add, for the next 2 days, we got 31 today. Tuesday makes the second 2-day candle, which is this will close tomorrow by close. So we're going to add minimum, we can add 4 points. So we'll add 4 points to the closing of Friday's candle, which is 186. And then continuation from there. If we go inside, that will be your range, and you'll continue from there. So the reason I went with the 192s was because I just feel like we're breaking out. We closed above 179.61. So I'm looking for a continuation. We hold that by Tuesday, targeting 192.34, and maybe even higher than that. Let me clean this up here. I'm making this super simple for you guys. It makes it easier to read. You don't even have to evaluate a chart. It's just gonna make it super simple. I used the 2-day, 3-day, and 4-day. 4-day consists of 4 combined days. So it will be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. For whatever that candle closes at, whatever day that candle closes at, then you count from there. You don't count weekends, so you have to skip over 2 days. I'm definitely going to do that video anyway because I just like it. It's pretty cool what I've been doing. And as you can see, this is a weekly. So we went from inside and then we went inside up. So I want to see a continuation. If you look in the past, URI had an inside here. This was the week of 6-1, went inside 6-8, still remained inside 6-15, still inside. It's just been building inside. Then it broke outside of around 7-13. Then again went back inside for 2 weeks, broke out. Now we went inside. Then we actually went inside up. Then we went inside again for 1 week. Then we went outside again. So I'm looking for another continuation. So last week was an 8-point move. We closed at 182. So we're looking at around 190 to 192.50. Targeting this week, possible 196.85, depending on the range. It's been a small range, so we're due for a big move this week. Every 2 to 3 small range weekly candles going inside follows with a nice either gap up, follow through, continuation, either 12 to 10 to 15 point candles. I missed the 18-point candles. I had big ranges, 20-point range weeklies, 15 points, 25 points. We're due for one of those. We haven't had that in about 4 weeks. Next up, I want to go into TTD. Every chart that I post or ticket that we talk about, we have traded together. If it's a new one, I always address it. TTD is an old ticker we had traded. It was trading inside for the past 2 weeks, and then we went inside up, closed above a key level here. As you can see, all-time high is actually 513. So I would like to see us retest all-time highs this week. And if we don't this week, definitely by next Monday. Unless they want us to go inside again. But we look like we're gapping up 3 points right now. Pre-market is 488. Nice bull flag. We got a double hot dog bun here. We got a double hot dog. One bun here to your left. Last week's weekly candle. And then we have the 2 insides. Similar to July, we had something similar like that as well, but it was actually 3 candles inside. And then we went outside. We went inside up. And it does this a lot. Had a 3 candle here in May. Started with engulfing. I'm actually get the arrows going for you guys. I want to make this as quick as possible. I don't like to make long videos. And I want to get to the point. I want you guys to see. I want you guys to watch the levels. So here, see, we had this. Had a bullish hot dog. Then we had a triple inside, triple inside, triple inside. And then we broke out inside. And then we went up. Now we have 3, 3. And then we went up. Now we have 2, 2. And then we closed above that key level. And what makes it more bullish is the fact that it closed above a key level that's been getting rejected. I'll open this up for you guys. Zoom in. Only thing I hate about that is I have to zoom in order to get the fib levels that you don't see that are not highlighted. So 483.35 was the key level to close above. That was actually what? The high of the previous week was 484. So as you can see, anywhere around that 483.35 getting rejected. Closing above that is actually bullish. If we close below it, we have another inside. But we're still inside of 8-3's weekly candle. So I still like this setup, bullish. I would like to see, this is how many points is this? A 54-point move here. So we're targeting 513.95 this week, as long as we stay above this 483.35. If we get anywhere below this level, I will be buying the weekly 190s because, as you guys saw the move Friday, that was just a taste of what's to come. TTD has been doing its thing. I don't care about the sector. I just care about the chart, and I care about the levels. So that's the weekly. I'm going to bring up the 2-day. You can do the daily if you want. 2 days more crispier. It's much crispier. See, we got an inside of this yellow bar on 810. And we closed just above where it's been getting rejected. 489.74. We need to close above that by tomorrow. That was a rejection on a 2-day for 826. $550 is our target. For this week, no. So for this week, we have the 490s. It's a smart play. So we have two legs. We have the 490s expiring this week, and we have the 500s expiring next week. The 500s for next week give us room for 550 target into next week. So if we can close above 500 this week, I mean, even get that 513. I don't even care if we get a rejection on a 513, or even close anywhere near 513 or between 513.95 and 508.31. We have a target for 550. What I would do is I would roll my 490s in profit. Well, with Chase, you can't roll. So, and a lot of you guys got Chase. I started trading with Chase with options. I know you can't do same expiry, but you guys knew that already. So what I would do is my strategy is always to sell Thursday. So we have buying power for Friday, and I can just buy those 550s for another 2 weeks out. I like this name. This name has big moves. So you can scalp this name a lot. If there is no expiry written on the position, that means it's scalp. You scalp it. Cores, more of a swing, but you can also scalp cores. The goal is to build a position to fund that long-term position. You can play short, you can play long. If there's a gap up, short the gap up. Lock in profit, go short, and then you can even roll when the gap fills into calls. So this is TTD 2-day. I can show you guys the 1-day as well, which is the regular daily. It's a nice, you can have a flag here, you can have a pennant, you can have a triangle. You can have an ascending triangle at that. We can use 489.74 as the top line, and we can draw a line from here. I'll show you guys, it's simple. My goal is to get you guys familiar with looking at patterns without even having to draw them. You'll see them. See, this is a key level because this is what has to be closed above is 489. Instead of drawing it from the top of the wick or drawing it from this flat level here, I can even actually bring the price level here. Boom. Because this has been rejected here. We can count these two levels. You got 496.41 and you have 489.74. Those are the two levels to watch for. I want to see it close above those by Wednesday. We can even draw in new extensions too as well. So I can just get rid of these. And I can just draw another extension. I'll use this low. And I can use this high of the wick. And I'll bring it all the way down to this pullback. Boom. 513.95 brings 520.35. Anything above 520, I mean, this is TTD. We're already at all-time highs. You're going to get a momentum breakout above 513.95. 520 would confirm. Gets us a move to 542.92. Probably get a wick above that, which is an 8-point move. And then we'll get another pullback, and we're looking for a base around 513.95. But I definitely would like to see a gap up today and a solid closing candle. Nice continuation. It's happened here before. Similar pattern, as you can see. Show you guys right now. With the 14 and 30. Same thing, 14 and 30. And this is a daily. So we went inside Thursday. Friday, we went inside up. Now we're going to cover EPD. I don't need to actually cover anything else because EPD is actually new on our list. Ooh, let me clean this up. Everything else, levels will be posted in Ninja chart visuals. You guys can also use chart visuals to post levels, your own levels, or your thoughts as well. This is a long-term position. So as I told you guys, when we're playing leaps, anything that has 5 to 6 months, I don't want you guys focusing on it. I want you guys focusing on short-term core positions. Nothing that has 5 months, nothing that even has 2 to 3 months. You know, there's no point in watching something and talking about it every single day. Honestly, it gets very annoying, and it's stressful. Don't play something that there's no need to watch this position. Just put your levels in place, put your alerts. Like I'm setting a trigger alert for 1870, 2059. Those two levels are key. 1870 was a rejected level. We rejected there on the daily. I'm actually going to give you a short-term fib too. Using the lows. What high is this? This is 6.8 high, pulling back to this low here, which is 1657 at 710.20. And I guess it's exactly around that level that I want to see. So 1888 is a breakout level. And you see patterns in everything. Check this out. These are from candle closes here. See? Rejection, rejection, rejection. Targeting by 9/11, 1942. Actually, not hard. It's honestly not hard to basically predict how long it's going to take something. You can even do a candle count. That's why I like to use the 2 days. It actually cuts the time. It cuts your target time frame in half. So see, you got one, reject, pull back onto this lower coefficient, high trend, all the way to the bottom here. Now what we're looking at is possible rejection here. Well, it's actually going to go this way. Maybe one bounce here and then pull up, or we can just go straight up. Got different scenarios. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using our short-term EPD calls, the 18 calls, to fund more of our March 2021 30 calls, which will become a free position. So I'm trading the 18 calls to add to my long-term position. The more I trade the short-term, you can even short EPD, you can long EPD. Use the weeklies. I actually rather trade this in the bi-weekly range. But once it bottoms, you can actually start trading it bi-weekly at the money calls until you find a rejection. The target is that 18, 21, 14, and 30 SMA on the daily. When I teach you guys this, the 2 day, 3 day, 4 days, I mean, I think you can also do a 5 day too, but the most successful is the 2 and the 3 day over the 1 day. So clean that up. You got a triangle forming as well. You got so many different patterns you can see here. But what's key is we're going to focus on every single gap that is there. So what I do when I see gaps, I just put a rectangle in between that gap. And then what I'll do is I'll do where the gap starts. So we got here. So long term, I won't look at this. See, my goal here is not to look at this position. So you don't want to look at this position until you're triggered above 1888, 1942, 1986, and where gap starts. So I'll put a price line or price level here. Go a little bit up at the wick, but actually you don't have to use the wick. I'd rather use it where it closes here. So you have 2022, and you have 2080. So those are my triggers. By this point, anything above 18, what is it? We got 1870. We should be already at 200% on this position by next week. The position is already up about 50%. Bought in around 5 cents. Some people paid 6 cents. We were able to load that day 4,000 contracts, if I'm not mistaken, probably 5 or 6,000 contracts, not even paying above 6 cents. And the reason I was pressuring, and I wasn't even pressuring anyone. The reason I was saying I'm adding, and I'm adding. I have 400 contracts. I have nothing to hide. I told you my goal is to build a 1,000 contract position on this one. It's about a 6K position, but it's actually going to be a little bit more than that because I ended up buying some at 7 Friday and some at 8 as well. But my average is actually still 6, which is amazing because I actually spent majority of my position at a nickel. One of our members, who was it, Voss? It wasn't Voss, or this guy. He did a market order and he got 20 contracts at a penny. So if he doesn't even have to even really trade that. He can just ride that out by $1. He has 2K. He has a $20 position out there. If he doesn't even have to add if he doesn't want to. And if he does add, his average is actually still going to be lower than majority of us, which is nothing bad. I mean, the goal for this position by December is $1.69. So that's about 2,000%. So I'm looking at 1,000 to 3,000% on this position. But this is a long-term position. So do not talk about it until we're around about 2 months out, actually 3 months out, or we're around $20. $20 you can start taking off and you can start rolling into January. You can actually roll down into January's. I'm gonna go real quick BA. So that was EPD. And the reason I went for Enterprise was because I'm renting from Enterprise, but that's not the same exact company. So that EPD is actually just energy. And I'm actually bullish energy. I don't know why I'm not like everybody else, but I'm honestly bullish energy. Tickers. BA's doing its thing, still the same. Blue here. There's actually there it is. Because it was actually orange. I'm actually gonna put the orange screen back on. Here we go. I have some levels. I have some trend lines there. Perfect. There you can see that. The reason I got long Friday was because I'm getting the same exact vibes as this bottom here from 514. We had a bottom here at 8.3. Now we're looking for a continuation. Now we're within the triangle. 183.87 above, we get 204. Hence, I'm in for the 230s for September 25th. If you can get this exact similar run that we got last time, see, this was top of here, went inside 14 and 30, came right back under it, bounced off this trend line here, broke out, way above it, hit a resistance, around 233.32, came back down, oops, sorry, undo, came back down, keep slipping, undo, came down to this level, 153.92, rejected at 183.87, back down to 162.94, so we're getting higher lows. And this is very bullish. Next target. This is actually way beyond. This would be around 925, but I figured it will be over 200, around 204 by next week. I don't see why not. It's 9/11. That's another thing. But I'm extremely bullish. I love asymmetrical triangles. Very bullish on those when they break above. I want to see an engulfing candle. We need to close above 174.51, which we actually have been doing. By Tuesday, we're going to go 2-day. Let's get rid of these annotations. Perfect. All right. I'm hungry. Remember, by Tuesday, we should be trading somewhere north of 180. By Wednesday, by Thursday, no, actually Tuesday. So it's Monday, Tuesday, 31. Wait, hold on. 828, 29, 30, 31. All right, so 31, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday. So by Thursday, we should be above 183.87. Then we're within this range here, 183.87 to 204.60. Pretty clean chart. It's gonna start building. And if you want to draw a channel too, you can. Using these lows, extend it this much. Sometimes you get lucky, so because some of these things actually line up perfectly. See, but if I bring it down to this yellow candle here, it works out. This is using a 2-day. So if I opened up and went down to a daily, you'll actually see something different within that channel. So you can see it here. Just gapped up a little bit, still within here. By 9/11, we should be somewhere around 200, if not higher. If we close above 189 this week, definitely should see 204 next week. So let's see how we move. Brief ED. ED's been tough. Actually, we made a killing on ED, but this one is a patient stock. You have to be very patient with this one. Consolidated Edison. One of my favorite patterns here. I call these the box. You have a basically engulfing, could be a bullish, bearish candle, spinning top, and then go outside. Well, that's double inside, and then we got to go up. So we're looking for a move above 72.43 this week. I would like to see above that. 72.92 would be target. That's around the 30 SMA there. It's been bouncing off that, and then I told you the key level is 69.88. And if you look at the chart, I'm going to actually put a 4-day up. Actually, 2 days. Go 2 day. This is a daily, so let's do that. Straight across. There we go. And you go straight across here. You can see why. We went with the 75, so these premiums are pretty cheap. I can see us getting easily 200% on this trade. But definitely my target is around north between 300 to 600%. That's why we went far out with this one. Because if we get the move that I see, it's going to be awesome. So look at this. This candle is awesome. We should see 72.92 this week. So currently inside this candle here. And it's actually boxing. Similar pattern here. Off the same level. Similar patterns over here as well. It's been holding that 69.88. 69.88 is a very important level. There's so much demand there. Breakout is above 78.61. But if we can get build anywhere above 75.57 in the next 2 weeks, which puts us in the money, honestly, I still want to add to this position. I need 50 more contracts. I'm actually sizing this position. This is like a 10K position for me already. I'm already 10K in this position, but I wanted 50 contracts. I tried to get the price that I wanted, which was 50 cents, but couldn't get it. Also another triangle forming on this one. So I wanted to go over that. I'm going to start recording